another Generation 2 Plasticon review! Woo! Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover another Generation 2 UK Stormtrooper. So let's take care of the last guy, called Hydradread. Here's Hydradread in his Mitsubishi HSR 3 form. This is actually the supercar version, not the Daytona racer that his previous little counterpart had. This guy's very cool looking. The only thing I'm seeing here is a bit of a the color change gimmick is a bit off here. It tries to turn blue instead of turning the greenish color. I don't know if this was a problem or if it just happened over time on him, but this entire bonnet here probably should be blue instead of the greenish color. It's not scraped off or anything, so it hasn't really been abused. It's probably just temperature. Very cool. Do you like the idea he's got a lot of sticker detail picked out here and here? Not to mention speed written right here on the side. Yeah, it's got a bit of green striping going on here on both sides, not to mention the tail lights, which are kind of cool. It's a very neat looking little car. I do like the idea that the intake is actually on the top, which also acts as the gun. The gun would push in here from the back, but this is a bit stiff because this is an older one, and it would shoot the water out the top. Looking at the interior's got quite a bit of detail on the inside. It's a little harder to pick out other than, you know, this little counterpart over there that I reviewed previously, but it's very neat. Just have quite a bit of dashboard going on there underneath there, and a little bit of detail from the engine bay as well, which is kind of nice to see. It's something you don't normally see with Transformers, is seeing like an engine bay or something like that. Very cool looking little car. You like the idea that the exhaust kind of sticks out. And just, you know, maybe you can think those are little laser guns or something like that. You can be shooting out the back. This G2 guy is pretty cool. But let's turn him into a robot, because, you know, robots, right? Take a look at Hydradread in his robot mode. He is very interesting looking. It's kind of odd how his legs are pretty much like the skinniest of all the Aqua Speeder kind of guys. Kind of find that very odd, but it is kind of neat. I do like the really broad shoulder pads he has. Not to mention this crazy gun he has, which really looks like an elephant gun. Just the way it's shaped, and it looks much like his counterpart from the United States, Deluge. Now, my Deluge has actually got an issue because the pin itself for the gun had broke off a long time ago, but he would normally hold the gun just like this, which would look like an elephant snout, and it's kind of neat. The reason why I picked this guy to match up with him is this is literally the same kind of gimmick. You literally pull the entire gun portion off the back of the car. If you don't have that there, then it loses a large gap in the back of the car on these guys, so it's very difficult to actually acquire one of these guys without any issues, especially him, because the tail fin actually pops off his gun. But anyway, taking a closer look at him, he's very neat. I do like the light piping he puts off. He's got very nice light piping. And the green that's on his chest is very matted out because of the paint and everything. It doesn't really let much light through. It's a very cool looking silhouette. I do like him a lot. He is probably not my favorite of the group. He's probably my least favorite. But I do like his car design, and I do like his robot. This is just not too bad. It has a lot of little techie detail stickers here on his kneecaps. Not to mention here on the crotch. You can lift up the chest piece on him as well. Well, if you lift up the entire leg portion, because it's kind of all one big thing. You can see there's a lot of translucent going on here on the legs itself, so kind of an orangish color. But he's also got a hood flap that tends to try to not cooperate sometimes. The hood flap portion here is supposed to fill in the entire chest cavity. And this sometimes can be missing or just completely lost. It's a very difficult piece to find if you guys are out there trying to find one, because the thing's actually pinned in, but sometimes they can be missing because they're pretty hard to get hold of. Lots of translucent plastic here on the back, especially with this big piece here that flips around. This is kind of nice. I do like the idea that it allows you to flip this around, because then you won't have this large piece of windshield here blocking all the light piping he's got on the back of him. One thing I can actually say that's really scary about him is the transformation of his arms, because they're on these, and these are very detented type of joints. And if you do plan on getting one of these, I really don't suggest forcing any of these to go any direction they should not go. I mean, you should only go inward with this. You shouldn't ever go outward with the joint, because it's very stiff. It's a very stiff joint, and with it just being pinned in and held onto this door portion here, I can see, breakage happening later on. One cool thing though is it actually has slick written on his tires here, which is kind of nice, because that's something that all the other ones don't have anything at all on the tires, and this guy's the only one that's ever had it. Very cool. I do like him a lot. So let's take a look at all of them as a whole, shall we? Take a look at all four of the Decepticon, Hydradread, UK, Aqua Speeder, whatever you guys really want to call these guys, because there's a lot of people out there who still want to call these guys 1.5 and they're not, because these guys obviously have the G2 logo slapped on them. He normally would have a normal G2 logo. I just had to get a repro label because I don't have stickers for him. But the fact of the matter is these guys are pure Generation 2. And these molds are very difficult to even come by. I do like these robots. These robots are very awesome. They fit perfectly in your G2 collection, especially if you're out there trying to find them. They are kind of hard to get hold of at times, especially when it comes to, you might find him without his gun. Well, his gun isn't hard to get hold of, it's a full piece. You can't just get bits and pieces. When it comes to Rage here, he has a 3-piece gun with a hose. It's very difficult to try to find that entire gun, and to find him without any broken pegs on the gun holder, that sometimes can become an issue. And him in general, he's normally not a very complete bot without the large elephant gun he comes with. The fact of the matter is these guys are awesome, and they're very cool. I do highly suggest you guys go out there and try to purchase some of these guys, because they are really cool toys. If you guys have never messed with these are excellent, especially if you're into the Aqua Speeders. I mean, obviously, I'm more into all the G2 stuff, so I'm obviously going to have the entire ensemble of all 8, but they add to it. They really do. Like, if you have these guys all lined up together in one big gigantic thing, it is very neat having every single solitary one of these guys on a shelf together. Although, you know, 2 of these guys are Decepticons from the US release. Well, you can obviously swap a faction logo there if you wanted to. But the only bad thing is if your water gimmick works and you spray him and it says Decepticon, well, he's obviously a Decepticon, which, you know, dum dum dum, kind of cool. I do like that. It's that whole surprise aspect. If you really wanted to mess with, you know, your storylines and continuities and stuff, I mean, considering some of these guys never got a look in the G2 comics. These 4 did. They did in the UK comics. These guys were in it, and they were awesome. But anyhow, yeah, stay tuned. I'll end up having some more, plenty more Generation 2 awesome stuff coming your guys' way. This has been Plasticon, and this is me, signing off. Peace out, you guys. See you around. Bye.